Thank you very much. It has been miraculous, very helpful, and wonderful.
Well, I thank God for that. It was one of John McCain's many profiles in courage supporting the surge, and I supported it. John put a tremendous amount at risk to support the surge, but the most wonderful thing for our country and for Iraq is that it's worked, and that's not because of John McCain or me or anyone else. It's because of our troops, your people. Something we did together. The United States and Iraq did together, and it can really be a kind of indication of what we can accomplish in the future.
Can you tell us what you're going to be talking about at the convention? Your speech?
Not yet. It keeps changing every day.
Well, what kind of theme are you going to be addressing?
It'll be pretty similar to what I said there, but who knows? It could change. I mean, basically, my speech is going to be about why America needs to elect John McCain. That this, for me, is a personal decision because I know him so well. I believe that in a certain way, I know what's at stake for the country, having lived through terrorist attacks, having run America's largest city. I understand what's at stake with the economy, from many of the decisions I had to make as mayor of New York City. And I know what's at stake as far as national security is concerned, from having lived through terrorist attacks to having traveled all over the world in the last 5 or 6 years. And this is a very crucial decision the American people have to make. And there is a vast difference between John McCain and the other choice. So those are the things we'll be talking about. Exactly in what form, exactly when is now we're moving around, but I'm happy to go with it anyway. That will help John McCain.
Unequivocal support for your former vice presidential nominee.
Sarah Palin is an inspired choice. This is a governor who's already had a record of reform that most governors in 8 years don't have. I mean, she's shook up Alaska. She's taken on corrupt Republican politicians, stared them right in the face, stared them down and got rid of them. She's taken on oil companies, something the American people want in an appropriate way. She's produced a real movement toward energy independence with the pipeline. I mean, she's got a record of achievement, of executive achievement that, as I said, few governors have in 8 years of time. And she did it the way I believe you have to do it when you get elected as a mayor or a governor in a difficult situation. You make your tough decisions in the first 6 months. The kind of governor you are, the kind of mayor you are, gets determined really in that first 6, 7, 8 months. Either you take on what's wrong or you don't. She really took it on and has turned it around, which is why she's the most popular governor in America.
How does he get your supporters enthusiastic about himself as they were?
He already has. My supporters and his supporters overlap quite a bit. In essence, during a lot of the primary, I was the number 2 choice of his supporters, and he was the number 2 choice of my supporters. There seems to be a great deal of overlap between them. So, from day one, I supported him. The moment I dropped out, my supporters had no trouble supporting John McCain. And now, I think with his choice of Sarah Palin and a lot of the themes of the campaign, and what he demonstrated intuitively, the way he's handled this whole Gustav situation, I think people see that this is a really inspired leader. I mean, most other candidates getting ready for a convention would have spent days agonizing how to handle it. John McCain intuitively understood exactly how to handle this situation.
No focus groups.
No focus groups, no public opinion polls, no 300 advisors having to tell him what to do. He went ahead and made the decision. It's the right decision. The American people see that it's the right decision. The safety and security of the American people is more important than a Republican convention. That's what he said. And he put a lot at stake for that. As he has from the time he was a young man, making the decision of what's right for the American people, not what's necessarily right for John McCain.
Mayor, is the issue of Palin's daughter going to derail the convention? Is the issue of Palin's daughter going to detract from the convention?
Frankly, you should be ashamed of yourself asking that question. This is a personal issue that the family is handling in the most appropriate way that it can be handled. American families, other American families have had to handle this. They're handling it in the most appropriate way possible. It doesn't have the slightest relationship to a presidential campaign. And we'd be a better country if this was a thing where there was a sort of an internal mechanism where the journalists and the journalistic community said, well, these are things that we don't really give a lot of emphasis to. Thank you.
Thank you.